Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our service. Thank you very much. So, friends, my name is Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer. I am the outgoing interim rabbi at Temple Brit Achim, and this is our farewell service. So, very grateful for all of you who are here, both in person and also on Zoom. We've got some Zoomers. And we're glad for everybody who's with us in any way. We've got the choir, of course. A wonderful choir is here tonight. And we have the incomparable Noah Aronson, who is also here, sitting right in the back there, who will be coming up for a couple of the prayers, and then afterwards having a concert with us, which we're very excited to share with you. So, friends, there are two different kinds of prayer books. So there are kind of the thinner prayer books that look like this, and then there are the thicker prayer books. Does anyone have one of those? You could hold it up. Okay, so thicker prayer books, they look thicker. Okay, great. So what's going to happen is I'm going to call out two sets of page numbers, and the one that is the higher page number is for the thicker book. Higher page number is always going to be for the thicker book. So we're going to see how this works. It's our first time trying it out. All right. So friends, we are going to begin in the thinner books on page 2 and in the thicker books on page 120 with our candle lighting. And so it is my pleasure at this point to invite up Lori and Harry Reichner. Harry, outgoing secretary on the board, and Lori is our head of the House of Worship, my partner in all things ritual. We'll see if it works this time. Wait. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I will not miss that. The candles never light the first time. And it's the air conditioning, I'm sure.
Okay, we really got it.
It's like the Hanukkah miracle. Let's see. No. Wait, no, I cannot.
Okay, let's do it real quick. Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlich ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
That's what a dance.
Amen. Now, once it's lit, it stays lit, so that's the good news. All right, friends, we are going to turn to page 6 in the thinner books, page 124 in the larger books. And we are going to be looking at the reading at the bottom of that page, and we'll read it responsively. It's a greeting and a welcome. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May welcome all who have cares unburdened, thanks to express those who nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy, and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, or harshness. May the synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Amen. Amen. So, friends, we're going to be calling up some people to speak throughout the service. We're going to have, I think, maybe about 8 speakers throughout the course of the service, and they are people who are going to be talking about their experience over the last 2 years of the interim period, talking about experiences with me and things that we've done together and learned together. So the first one is one of the first people that I started working with, who's been kind of my partner almost every single Friday and some Saturdays also, and that's Steve Koffs. He's also a member of the choir, and Steve pretty much does everything around here. So how could we not call up Steve? Steve will begin.
Shabbat Shalom. So, my name is Steve Koffs, and if you've attended Friday night services here in the last 2 years, then you've probably seen me playing guitar and survived. One of the most important measures of success for an interim rabbi is helping the congregation to adapt to recent changes and to prepare for new changes. And until 2 years ago, TBA rarely had any instruments during Friday services except for the monthly choir services. For the past 2 years, Rabbi Glazer and I have collaborated on weekly music to try to make regular Shabbat services more inviting and more participatory. At first, Rabbi was cautious about making big changes too suddenly. And our first week together, I gave her a list of 10 suggested songs, and she whittled it down to 4. But Rabbi and the congregation adapted, and pretty soon we were up to about 8 songs every Friday night. And we've shared the goal of selecting melodies which underscore the emotions of the words in our prayers to help us all connect to them a little better and set the mood for the entire Friday night experience. We've even had dancing during Micha Mocha and Miriam's song to remind us of the joy of redemption from slavery. I believe this emphasis on music has been a success for Rabbi Glazer, and one of the signs is you haven't booted me out yet. So, but another sign of success for Rabbi Glazer is that she's instituted monthly outdoor Saturday morning services, which have never failed to get a minyan all year. But to me, the biggest sign of the success is that our congregation has opened its eyes to the potential role of music in our worship, culminating in the selection of Cantor Koyo as our next spiritual leader. So we can all thank Rabbi Glazer for gently leading TBA to open the door to new worship experiences. It has been and will be an exciting time for TBA, and we all want to.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we're indebted to you as well, because I couldn't have gotten up there with that guitar, so that had to be you. That had to be you. Thank you, Steve. Week in, week out, he has been there, rain or shine. Thank you, Steve. With a couple of vacations in between, right? All right. So friends, now it's time to welcome Noah Aronson up for the Barhu, which is going to be on page 28. 146 on the larger books. Yeah, so we're cutting back on some of the prayers so we can have more talking. Hopefully you'll forgive me for that.
I thought it was going to be after Lechad D or something.
Nope. No, sir. So please rise, body and spirit, for the Barhu.
Can you hear me? I loved this moment with this candle. And that happens every week, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
It was such a beautiful way to start, but look, it's burning.
Yeah.
It's burning quite well, and I think it started burning when the blessing happened. And I also was noticing that you have these words, Hasne enenu uchal, on your ark, which basically, does anybody know what that means? I'm sure you know what this means because you see it every single week. But that's the moment in the Torah when the fire from the burning bush was not consumed. And so, another reference too, you have a beautiful Ner Tamid above your ark. It used to be someone's job to keep that light on. It used to be someone's job in the congregation to make sure that that candle stayed lit. But now we have electricity, obviously, and so we forget that it's also still our responsibility to keep these candles lit. I don't want to make stand over here. But by doing what we're doing, by gathering week after week, by joining our voices together, and by inviting new worship experiences, we get to keep this tradition alive. Am I awake? Am I breathing? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Let's go in the choir now. Start with the first line, welcoming us into this prayer experience, and then we'll join together with one voice as one congregation. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. And we respond together. Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam
Friends, you may be seated. It is my pleasure to call forward, if he is here, Josh Saragovi. Josh in the house? Oh, not here yet. We'll save him for later. All right. Very good. All right, we will continue then with the Shema on page 34. And 152 in the larger books. We take a moment to focus on this declaration of Jewish faith in the one God, and it is truly, truly, truly a glorious moment, and one that only the Holy One could have brought us. Now the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. We turn now to page 37 or 155, and let's read this one together where it says, love your God, right at the top of the page. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. All right. And we did have a backup So I don't know, Taylor, if you would like to come up. Taylor Green offered to be our backup. We were missing someone. So come on up. Taylor Green is an incoming member of our board and someone who has also studied with me and learned to read Torah together. Lots of learning, and Steve will hear more.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, for those who don't know me, my name is Taylor Green, and I have a kind of unique occupation. So I own the Kona ice trucks in the area. So it's a fun business, and it's seasonal. So I have like the inverse schedule of a teacher. So I work all spring, summer, fall, and then I take some time off in the wintertime. So every year I try to do something with my time, so I don't sit around and watch Netflix all day. And I've always wanted to learn how to read Torah, and I read at Rosh Hashanah, because Kareen challenged me with that. But I kind of took the easy route where I learned the Hebrew, and then I just kind of memorized the recording to learn the trope. So I mentioned that to Rabbi Glazer, and she said, well, we do Shabbat in the park once a month, and we're trying to read more Torah, so why don't you be the reader? And I said, I am very scared, and I accept. So Rabbi Glazer was very generous with her time, and she took me from, and it's, I had a month leading up to it to prepare, because it's once a month. And the first month I read 4 verses, and it took me probably, 40 hours to learn it. So I was really trying. So, I was walking my dog, and I was practicing the trope, and people probably gave me weird looks. And then, but Rabbi Glazer said, listen, we're gonna do this right if you want, and I'll be hard on you. And I said, please. And she was. And in the span of, from first reading was in December, and I read 4 verses. Then I went to, in April, I did 27. Wow. And that's with Rabbi Glazer's patience and great teaching. So thank you so much.
You're also an excellent student. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Excellent. So, friends, now we are going to call up 2 of our 6th graders. We have Ari Sarinsky and Ava Sternlieb are going to come forward and share some reflections on our time together. So, pre-B'nai Mitzvah, religious school, and also fans of my dog, Mina Mina. We'll see if it shows up. Just make sure you're near the microphone when you talk.
What?
Here. So long as when one of you are talking, you just stand in front of me.
Oh, okay. Hi, guys. I'm Ari, and I wanted to thank Rabbi Glazer for helping us so much and giving us all that we needed when we were in need of a rabbi or a cantor, and we had her. She taught us so much. She taught us the history of Judaism. The breakfast with the rabbis were amazing. She introduced us to Nina Mina, as you said. We love Nina Mina. I got her name right this time. I'm so grateful for her enthusiasm and kindness in helping our synagogue and getting back on track when we needed a rabbi. And it's sad that she's leaving us, but I am very happy to say that her teachings will stay with us forever, even after we are maybe rabbis or cantors, or helping out in this synagogue as madrichims or other kinds of helpers, or maybe in the choir even.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm honored that Rabbi Glazer gave me this opportunity to share what my time with her meant to me. The time we have spent together has impacted my personal and spiritual growth. Before last year, I had little to no interest in coming to services. It felt more like something my father kept insisting we go to, but something I didn't really want to. Last year was my first year in middle school, which at times was a stressful transition. On Friday evenings, all I wanted to do was decompress at home. One Friday, when my father really wanted to go to services, and I really did not, I pushed myself to follow him to the door and go with him. I expected that I was going to not have the best time, but wanted to keep him company. Instead, I fit in right away. I helped one congregant who needed help getting out of his car. I shared what I was thankful for when Rabbi Glazer opened the floor to let us share. She always leaves enough silence during this time for everyone to share and not feel rushed. Then she called me up to the bima to open the ark. I was the only kid there that night. She did it, and I did it together. She spoke with me about what it felt like to be on the bima during the oneg. She continued to have these brief conversations with me over the year about what it felt like to participate in different aspects of the service and to explore these feelings. Sometimes we discuss positive things, like being part of the TBA community, or how the melodies of the prayers make me feel connected to God. Other times we would talk about deeper things, like the Holocaust research I presented to my middle school class as a volunteer. One Friday evening, while going to services, my dad informed me that my grandmother's dog had passed away on the way there. Even though I was still shocked, I insisted on going to services. Rabbi Glazer noticed that I was quieter than usual. She came up to me and talked with me about it. I felt very grateful for the time she took off to have the conversation. She and I had a brief conversation, but Rabbi Glazer, I want you to know that I am highly thankful for your act of kindness towards me when I was feeling down. Now I want to wish Rabbi Glazer well with wherever she goes on, and for her to know how much positive impact she has brought to our community. Rabbi Glazer, we will miss you, but I know in order to continue a story, you have to adventure and experience new things. So wherever you go, please know that your and Nina Mina's legacy will not be forgotten at the synagogue.
Let me give you both a hug. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Nina Mina is leaving too. All right. So friends, it is time now to turn to page 43 in the prayer book, or 161 in the Noah's Back.
I wasn't sure what to expect this evening. It's almost like your bat mitzvah or something. It's just so, there's so much love in this room. There's so much appreciation. I'm so glad to be part of it. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me. So the words on our left side of the page were written by Rabbi Chaim Stern. And he wrote, "Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from Christ." Why don't you join me now? Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from us. Let's hear the instruments now. On the right side of the page, the Hebrew Hashkiveinu.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Holy One, who spreads a shelter of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over all Jerusalem. They certainly could use the peace right now. So friends, we are going to continue now with our next speaker is Steve Hirsch, director of our choir, longtime member, our music director, and we're also calling him the first gentleman because he's been married to our president, Jan Biros.
Jan and I have been congregants for a very long time. In fact, I realized while I was writing these comments that this year makes 40 years that we have been members of the synagogue. And that is a long time to be a part of any organization. And over these years, we've known Rabbi Lippman, though I barely remember him, Rabbi Orach, Rabbi Spicehandler, Rabbi Lazar, and Rabbi Glazer. And that's a load of rabbis. Now, it is no reflection on the rabbis who preceded her, but of all of them, I have felt most comfortable and most connected with Rabbi Glazer. I have been very impressed with her breadth of learning and the thoughtful design and content of her sermons. I've also appreciated the support and encouragement she's given to the choir and to me personally. But most of all, I've appreciated her ability to listen, consider, and counsel on both community and spiritual matters. It's difficult enough being a regular rabbi. It's even harder being interim clergy. I know these have not always been the most easy 2 years for Rabbi Glazer. I don't eavesdrop on Jan's phone calls with her, but I hear enough to know that we at TBA can sometimes be, I think the nice word is challenging. I sometimes refer to us as Temple Beth Tzuras. But Rabbi Glazer has helped this congregation examine and define itself and steer us towards a confident future. The American philosopher Henry Adams wrote, "A teacher never knows where his influence stops." And of course, rabbi means teacher. Rabbi Glazer, you won't be on our pulpit in the future, but your positive influence on TBA will continue for a very, very long time. Thank you very much for everything you've done for us. We will miss you. I will miss you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Aw. All right, so now it is time for the core prayer of our evening service, the tefillah, and it's on page 46 or 164. 46 or 164. Please rise for the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufiyah tehilatacha. God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Next page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo B'Ahava, Malach Ozer U'Moshia U'Maken, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Next page. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia. מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עבר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מהלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. Next page. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Friends, you may be seated. That's Miss Juliet. Hi, Miss Juliet. Shabbat Shalom. All right, so friends, we are going to turn to page 57. So there are different blessings in the tefillah. 57 and 175. You got it. Keep reminding me. So friends, in the tefillah, there are different blessings that constitute the tefillah. And this blessing that we are doing now is about worship. And it's about what we dedicate to God. So please join me at the bottom of 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and to do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There we may find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, and that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai she'otcha levadcha bi'ira na'avod. All right, so now it is time to welcome up my colleague. We have a couple pastors in the house tonight. We have, of course, also Rabbi Sharon Foreman-Toll, my colleague as well, is here with us tonight and celebrating her birthday this weekend. Happy birthday, Rabbi Sharon. Also want to acknowledge a couple of other colleagues who have also joined us. We have Pastor Sarah Weisiger and also Pastor Lori Swigard are with us, and both very much clergy that I have worked with over the years, and 2 years, and we're going to invite Pastor Sarah to come up and share some reflections on our time.
Good evening. I'm standing here tonight because of the power of interfaith relationships. My name is the Reverend Sarah Weisiger. You said it right, which says something about the last 2 years of our time together. You listened and heard my name. I serve as the co-convener of what is known as the Upper Mainline Interfaith Alliance. We call it UMLIA, which is a really weird acronym, but that's what it stands for. Our mission is to foster neighborliness and relationship across religious boundaries, and to focus on our inherent call to hospitality that unites all of our traditions. We are Jewish, we are Christian, we are Muslim, we are Unitarian, we are New Age spiritualists, we are counselors and chaplains, we are police officers and pastors, rabbis, imams, dedicated volunteers, And it is because of those connections that Rabbi Hannah Glazer became part of our gathering in early 2024. What I love about Hannah is that she has been all in from the very beginning. I have fond memories of grabbing coffee to catch up in Ardmore, because that's where we both live, and sitting in the parking lot after interfaith meetings talking through the sacred calling that we have answered in our respective ministries. In every interaction, I have experienced her as someone who has always believed the best in other people. I've never heard her say a bad word about someone else. She's always been honest and truthful when it was needed, and she's never forgotten who she is and what she stands for, and has always trusted that dialogue and relationship will help us find a path forward. This past year and a half have not been easy on interfaith relationships, and I'm the first to admit that I am always learning more from my colleagues. And so I'm deeply grateful that Hannah has been such a willing partner in navigating difficult conversations. She's held sacred space for us to work out our faith and our values in relationship with one another, not in opposition. Now, as she prepares to leave, and as you prepare to welcome new leadership here at Temple Berith Hakim in times such as these, my prayer for your community is this: that you would stay connected and engaged in the holy work of repairing the earth through relationship. Let's not be strangers. Let's lean closer and speak words of great importance to one another. Let's reach out when things are difficult and celebrate when joy comes in the morning. And Hannah, as you leave this place, I pray for you that wherever the Holy One sends you next, you might hold fast to the difference you've made here. May you continue to spread mercy and loving kindness and joy in the world. May you continue to embrace the good life, walking in God's ways and keeping God's commandments. And may you know that you are treasured by those who know you.
I have been so grateful. I'm going to cry tonight. I have been so grateful for my interfaith colleagues. It's been really meaningful. And Pastor Lori, I'm really glad you're here too. And our relationship that we have with Central Baptist is also really important to this congregation, so I know it's very meaningful that you're here too. Thank you. Yeah. So now it is time for our Thanksgiving blessing. And that is on page 58 or 176 in your prayer books. It is our practice to ask for things we are grateful for. So we've been talking a lot about gratitude, but we're going to talk about it some more. So what are some things you're grateful for? You can just kind of raise your hand up and say something out loud. Yes, Mason. Your cat and your dog, your family? Yeah? Okay, great. Excellent. What else we got? Yeah, all right. Aw, yes. I'm glad for that too, that we got to know each other. Yes. Waterfall hike and a dear friend. Excellent. I'm repeating this for the Zoomers. Yes. For your cat? Thank you. All right. Yes.
I'm grateful for the birth of our granddaughter Sophie on May 12th.
Mazal tov. Mazal tov. Yeah.
I'm grateful for how wonderful you have been for our family in the last couple of years as we've gone through some really hard times, and you've been there every step of the way.
Yeah.
We'll always be very thankful for that.
Summarize that as pastoral support. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, interfaith love and understanding. Absolutely, me too. It's really important this week, right? It's really important this week. It is very meaningful. Thank you. Yes, Joni.
Thank you for your sweetness, kindness, and caring. But especially thank you for bringing guitar music to our Shabbat services. It makes the services lovely, spiritual, and fun. Thank you for being the wonderful person you are and all that you have done for TBA and its members. We will miss you. Best of luck.
Thank you, Joni.
And I have one more thing. We are thankful for the birth of our granddaughter, Haley, on May 16th.
May 16th. Mazal tov, mazal tov. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Oh, we got it in the chat. Don't want to forget the chat. Okay, let's see. What does it say? It says, Jessica says, more people RSVP'd to my naming ceremony. That's going to be coming up in a couple weeks. Absolutely, that's very nice. All right. What else? Yes, Denise.
I'm thankful that I've had the opportunity to get to know you throughout the 2 years. I'm also thankful that my son will be competing for men's gymnastics in the Maccabi Games coming up in July. And our whole family will be going to Israel for the first time to be there for him and watch him and cheer him on.
Wow. That's good luck. And Rob.
Yeah, I'm grateful for and appreciative of the relationship that we've had and the collaborations that we did in the transition work.
Yes.
I feel really proud of the committee. And second is our oldest daughter, Jane, graduating high school on Tuesday. And just her accomplishment and really the educators that have helped her to be a success.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. And I think the congregation is very grateful for everything that you put into all that work on the transition committee. It was tireless, and you stood by it, and thank you. Really glad you're here. Any other thanks? Yes.
I'm just grateful to be able to attend this really lovely service and to say goodbye and good luck to you. I'm really grateful for the kindness of everyone that's been here every time we've attended, and I'm grateful for your example and inspiration.
Thank you so much. Glad you're with us. Yeah. Eva. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Bill. Bill's on Zoom.
Oh, yes, Val. Rabbi, I'm grateful for all your teachings and learnings you taught us. Like Jewish meditation. You introduced us to Rabbi Yael Levi and Rabbi Shifra Gold, and it was very meaningful. And your sermons. A lot of sermons, you always manage to connect the week's events with that Parsha, and that was very good. So I'll always remember you, and I wish you well, and also well to Nina Mina too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. So I think there's a lot of gratitude in the room. I'm very glad. Okay, Pastor Lori will be the last one. Go ahead.
I'm grateful for your friendship, and also because it takes a very special person to be a good bridge. And I think you have been that, and I want to share my gratitude.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from a professional. Thank you. No, it does. All right. So we are going to have our Thanksgiving blessing is on page 58 or 176. Please join me. We acknowledge, it's in the middle of the page, we acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. I love that. Your name is goodness. If I think about God as goodness, that's That's going to help me have a good start to my day. Amen. All right, so now it is time to turn to page 62. We're going to have a moment for silent prayer, and then our choir will lead us in Oseh Shalom, 62 and 180. 62, 180. So we're just going to take a moment for silent prayer. So we say amen. So friends, it is time now to call forward Elaine Berman. Elaine in the house? Yes, she is. All right, so Elaine is a new member to TBA, but also a former member. She's done both. She'll have more to say.
Didn't need these when I was here last time. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Elaine Berman, and my husband Michael and I recently rejoined Temple B'rith Achim after being away for about 10 years. Our family had been members for many, many years, and we were very involved in TBA life. Our 3 children, who are now 36, 35, and 30, all attended religious school here, and we celebrated their B'nai Mitzvot with this congregation. This summer, our youngest daughter, Rachel, was visiting us with her boyfriend, John. They live in New Orleans now, and she wanted to bring him to a Shabbat service here at Temple B'rith Achim. John is not Jewish, but wanted to come and share some of her traditions. At this service, we met Rabbi Glazer. I'm sorry, I might tear up here. Even though we were not yet members, the rabbi welcomed us warmly, and the service was beautiful. After services, sometime into the Oneg, I couldn't find Rachel. Well, she was with John and the rabbi in the rabbi's office. I don't know what they were talking about, but I do know that Rachel explained to Rabbi Glazer that we had been out of touch with TBA for a while. The rabbi then took the time to meet with me and talk to me about what's been going on and welcomed us back to the congregation. Even though we knew that Rabbi Glazer would be leaving, we wanted to return to Temple B'rith Achim to be a part of her teachings and the congregation. We have truly enjoyed the rabbi's sermons and discussing them with her. She has been someone I personally have turned to talk about some personal matters and have come away with new perspectives. From the first service Michael and I attended, we were welcomed by our old friends and have met a number of new congregants. We are looking forward to meeting you all and getting more involved in synagogue life. It's like we never left. We truly feel like we have come home.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Elaine and also Michael. We're glad for you both to be back. And
Thank you, but Rachel is coming home next week.
Rachel's coming home next week. That's wonderful. Excellent. Yeah, that's great. So friends, we are going to continue now with our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. And that is not going to be in your prayer books. You will forgive us. We haven't quite figured that part out yet. We've just started using these prayer books less than a month ago, so just so you're aware, we still have some prayers that are not in these books. So we are praying for the following members of our community this week: Jennifer Bulmer, Priscilla Brown, Cheryl Barish-Ehrlich, David Frank, Denise Garnick, Leah Halpern, Stephen Matzner, Lois Miller, Rose Reich, Marcy Rose, Sharon Stein, Velvel Ben Avraham, and Pete Walsh. Glad you're back, Pete. Yeah. Any other names that you may wish to add for healing? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a Grossman, Dave Warren, who's called.
Thank you.
Stratford family, Russo family, Carl Burnett, Ralph Arthur Leonardo, Shelley and Victor East, Renee Parker, and Raymond.
Thank you. Yes.
Danielle Rosenau, Sally McKay and Ezra Glass. Sylvia Gedrich.
Any other names? I'm looking in the Zoom. I don't see any in the chat. So we'll take all those names that have been mentioned, as well as any others that may be in our hearts, and our choir will lead us in the Misha Berach prayer that they've chosen, which is Rifayenu. May there be complete healing of body, mind, and spirit for everyone in our hearts this evening, and let us say amen. Amen. So, it is my pleasure now to invite forward Heather Stoller and Mason Stoller. Mason's coming up too? Yeah. So, Mason's one of our students in our religious school, and Heather is on our board of trustees. Mason is carrying a bag. Wonder what that could be.
I'll tell you in a minute. So most of you know that I am still what you would probably consider in this community a younger member. My family had the pleasure of joining this community about 3 years ago. And it was a really fascinating time to join TBA. I was quickly swept up into a leadership position and very grateful to be part of that team. For those of you that have served in leadership, as I know many people in this room have, it's a pretty big commitment and can be fairly intimidating and overwhelming. What I was most thankful for throughout the process and continue to be incredibly thankful for was Rabbi Glazer's mentorship and friendship. I don't think I need to tell all of you that transition isn't an easy process. And I was so immensely grateful for the time that you took to set the context for me. Because this was not your first rodeo. You've seen a lot of these patterns that were happening here before, and you did your best to contextualize them for me. It made it so much easier for me personally to navigate the process because you took such thoughtful consideration in helping me. Being an interim anything is not easy, but especially for a rabbi. You are literally stepping into someone else's shoes and then warming them up for someone else. You are intentionally putting yourself out of a job. You have to bond with a congregation that is often quite hardened and try to create a soft landing spot for your replacement. For the last few years, you did much more than just fill an empty office. You worked your hardest to get us ready to welcome our cantor and to give us some perspective on the synagogue that we can and we will become. I just want to thank you for all you have done for me, for my family, and for TBA, and I wish you the best of luck. And so we have something for you. This is from the entire congregation. Because I'm sure while you have many, many memories to take with you, we thought you should also have something else to bring along.
Should I open it now?
Yes, yes, yes,
Want to see what it is?
Just watch the flames. They're small, but they're
Just
mighty.
do it.
Look at this.
Just do it.
Oh, wow. So someone knows that I love beautiful talitot. Look at this. That's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's lovely. Wow. That is beautiful. And it says the gates of prayer are never closed. Thank you. And thank you, Sharon. I know Sharon was involved in this. Where is she? There she is. Sharon had some responsibility here. Thank you so much. Wait, there's something else in this bag. Oh, goodness.
Is it going yet?
Oh. Wait a minute. This is a yad. So this is not just a yad. This is like an ergonomic yad, and you wouldn't know unless you had to read a lot of Torah that having an ergonomic yad actually makes a big difference, and not having to like really squeeze on some little yad. Or this is great. This is really great, and it's beautiful. It's quite beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I give you both hugs? Yeah? Sure? Okay. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you.
Did you want to say anything, buddy?
Did you want to say anything? Okay. That's okay. Very glad you're both here. Thank you so much. All right. So, that's lovely. That's really lovely. And very meaningful. So we are going to have our final speaker is going to be Josh Saragovi. And Josh is back. So we're glad you're here, Josh. And Josh is our soon-to-be head of management in our congregation. That starts when, like 2 days from now?
Monday,
Monday?
I think.
You know where to find him.
So I loved the comments shared. They were really nice words. I thought I would take a different approach. So welcome to Rabbi Glazer's roast. I'm kidding, kind of. So as Rabbi Glazer mentioned, in the 2 years she's been here, I was the head of House of Community, and coming in to be the head of management soon. So I got to know Rabbi Glazer pretty well and have been in the thick of things, developed a very nice relationship. But as was mentioned earlier, coming in as an interim rabbi is challenging, and the plate wasn't easy. Having a long-term rabbi for 18 years and then coming in they're hard shoes to fill. And we're also having some challenges, quite honestly, within the temple, decreasing membership, some disagreements about major decisions facing the temple. And she approached the challenges with passion, with enthusiasm, and eager to share a lot of her relevant experience. Throughout the process, we accomplished a lot. And I believe we all matured and we learned from each other, and we have a better understanding and perspective about our challenges. So today, I believe we are more aligned and more connected about how we move forward with this congregation, and a lot of that is thanks to you. So in the role that I had, there were two specific examples where the rabbi was in particular very, very helpful. Caring community is a really important function of this congregation. Every happy event and sad event, we're here to support each other, and that's a responsibility I was in charge of under my responsibilities, which I had very little experience. So together we did a lot of interviewing. We talked to past caring community leaders who I see in the room today, actually 3. And we learned a lot, best practices. She helped us kind of restructure and reorganize so that it could work much better. And thanks to you, it's humming well. And the second area is the youth group. We had somewhat of a lull with the youth group, not as active as we would like it to be. And so the rabbi expressed a very keen interest and understood the significance of having a strong youth group. And so we were able to build that this year with a lot of your support, checking in, providing resources and support. And she also was able to allocate resources so that we could have, which I think if anyone was here during the Purim Carnival, was the best one we've ever had. So
was a great carnival, yeah.
I think I'm being objective. So I'd like to close with 4 things that we're going to miss, well, I will miss, about Rabbi Glazer. Number 1 is her enthusiasm, her energy, her passion, always running around, having conversations, texting, calling, emailing. I don't know if you still fax, but I'm sure she uses that channel.
No faxing.
And even when she had a leg injury, you could still see her red hair flowing through the TBA halls, hobbling around. Second is a passion for knowledge and education. I learned a lot from her sermons, from her learner's minions, from meditation. In fact, I know more now about plastics than I wish I did. But knowledge is power.
That was one sermon, okay?
It made an impression. Just one. And then I would be remiss to not mention little Miss Nina Mina. For a lot of the young congregants who have a desire to have a dog at home and can't, they came here and found a pet that they could connect with. We'll also miss little Miss Nina Mina from participating in our phone conversations, which sometimes was rough. I'm almost done. So friends, the 4th thing we'll forget is how you address us as friends. A small word with tremendous significance and reminds us of the community we strive to be. So Todah Rabah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. You know where to find him, starting Monday. All right. Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody I just want you to know that if you've been moved by what you've heard tonight, you also can write a little appreciation for our time together. We have sheets with QR codes at the door and at the entrance to the circle doors, and they will be around, and we'll also send them out on email. And you scan it with your phone, and it pulls up a Google form where you can type in an appreciation and send it to us. So we're accepting those through June 13th, and so you have plenty of time, and you can write one of those as well and send it anytime. I will read them after June 13th. So thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. So now, I just want to say, I hope that you can see how much we've accomplished together. You really get a sense, talking to different groups within the congregation, both inside the Jewish community, outside of the Jewish community. I know that some of our members didn't necessarily agree at first with a 2-year interim initially, but I hope that you can see that the extra time that we've taken together has allowed you all to catch a breath, to settle down a little bit at least, and then to really rev up and get ready for your future. And I can say with great certainty, you are ready. You are ready. You are ready for me to go, and you are ready for the cantor to come. So you've given me your send-off, and now I'm going to give you mine. You ready? All right. So we're going to do this with some blessings that I have written for you. There are going to be 7 different groups. 7 different groups. So you're just going to listen carefully. I'm going to read all the 7, and it's organized around particular activities at TBA. And so when I call a group, you can stand if it applies to you, in body or in spirit, and then I will give you a blessing. Zoomers can do this too. Kids can join this too, of course. And then after each blessing, then everyone in the congregation is going to say, Kain Yehi Ratzon. Want to try that? Kain Yehi Ratzon. And that means, may it be so. May it be so. Kain Yehi Ratzon. So this way, everyone participates, which is what we want. And you can stand up for more than one group, if that applies to you. And I hope that everyone can stand for at least one group, so that each of you receives a blessing tonight. I'm just going to cheat a little bit. We have a miscellaneous category at the end, so. Okay. So here are the 7 categories. The first is, we learned together. We learned together. So that would be adult ed, religious school, confirmation, Saturday services. No, I'm just reading them right now. Just reading them. Then we're going to go through. All right. Then the second one is, we did life cycle and pastoral care together. That's number 2. So that's funerals, namings of children, conversion, weddings, illness, any spiritual guidance. That's number 2. Third is, we led services, we sang together, we prayed together. That includes our B'nai Mitzvah students, our confirmation students. Number 4 is we served on the board, management, and did committee work together. You know who you are. Number 5 is we participated in auxiliaries and small groups together. That's sisterhood, men's club, the choir, the facilities team, the Tikkun Olam group, and also the underground moms, some of whom are here tonight. Yeah, yes I did. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6 is we cared, helped, and showed up together. So that's the caring community, all the people who gave rides this year, delivering Mishloach Manot baskets to people, checking in on members through the membership team. I know we have a number of people from the membership team are here. Anything else that's, kind of one-on-one contact that you've done, that's number 6. And number 7 is miscellaneous, anyone else who wants to stand for a blessing. I really do have a blessing for you, so. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? So I'm gonna read it again, and you can stand for, like I said, for any one that you want to. All right, so number 1 is we learn together adult ed, religious school, confirmation, and Saturday education. All right. So thank you for learning with me, for giving me a chance to share the Jewish texts and the stories and the teachings that I know and love. Thank you for your curiosity, and also thank you for everything that you've taught me, as you've taught me a lot as well. So I want to bless you that just as you have opened up your minds in learning with me, sometimes some things that were very far afield of Reform Judaism, I might add, that you will also keep your minds open to learning with the cantor. She will be coming in with new things to share also, and my blessing is that you continue growing in your Jewish learning with the cantor and with each other, and that it should be a blessing for you all. And so as a congregation we say, Kain Yehi Ratzo. Thank you. You may be seated. So now, our second group is life cycle and pastoral care. We did life cycle and pastoral care together. All right. Standing up. There's a lot of folks. Funerals, namings of children, conversion, weddings, illness, any spiritual guidance. All right. Good. Is that Juliet standing? She's standing. So thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me into your lives, for sharing your families with me, for sharing your grief, your joy, your frustrations, your fears, your dreams. We shared a lot, and it was a true gift to me to be a witness to your lives, even just this little piece of it. I want to bless you with open hearts for the future. Also to remember that the cantor is coming in just as I did, and will want to be reaching out to you just as I did to let her into your lives. Get to know her, and let her get to know you, and that this should be a blessing for all of you. And we say as a congregation, Kain Yehi Ratzon. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so number 3, you're getting the hang of this, right? Number 3, we led services together, we sang together, we prayed together. Gosh, that could be everybody in the room, right? You're all here. All right, who's going to stand up for that? See, even Noah's up. All right. So thank you for joining me in song and in prayer and Torah reading. Shout out to Taylor. Thank you for showing up here in the sanctuary. Thank you for showing up on the lawn that we've had services outside at Perkiomen Park and the Wilson Farm Park, or the social hall dressed like a park, for tuning in on Zoom as some of our regulars do. Trying out new formats on Saturdays as we got to do. This was the first time I've led a Reformed congregation, and many of you are aware, and there was a lot for me to learn. Thank you for teaching me your ways, and also for allowing me to share some of mine, even when they were a little different. My blessing is that you will continue to hold each other in prayer and song and beloved music for many more years to come, with your wonderful new cantor leading the way, and that this should be a blessing for all of you. And so we sing, Kain Yehi Ratzon. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Number 4 is the board and the management team and everyone in committee work. All right, don't be shy. All right. So, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do to serve this community. Thank you. The long-timers, the usual suspects, as you call them, and all of you who are new to service at TBA as well. We do have some new people entering service. Thank you. Thank you for including me, for allowing me to lead you. Your first female leadership in 18 years. That's not a small thing, folks. Not a small thing. Hadn't been brought up yet, but I felt it was important to do. Thank you for listening to me when I had wisdom or guidance for you. And thank you also for pushing back if I didn't quite get it right. Thank you for that. I've learned so much from you too. Interim rabbis aren't necessarily out to win any popularity contests. Sometimes we need to be provocative in order to help shake things up after a long-time rabbi. Hopefully in the end you'll see that that has been helpful to you. My blessing is that you should continue to bring in and elevate new leadership, serve with integrity, and striving for the highest good of the congregation. Work hand in hand with Cantor Koyo and empower her to lead you into the future with some really awesome female spiritual leadership. May this be a blessing for you all. And so we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Number 5, we participated in auxiliary activities and small groups together. So that is men's club and the sisterhood and the choir and the facilities team, Tikkun Olam, and the underground moms. All right. Okay, so I want to thank you. Thank you for your efforts, for everything that you do to support our community. Thank you for welcoming me in to join you, to support you, and to appreciate you. In many ways, the small groups and auxiliaries are really where the magic happens in any congregation. Those of you who are involved, you know this. You know this. So my blessing is that you should work with the cantor on this also going forward. You should continue to look around and see who's not showing up and find out how people would like to come together. Ask and find out. You may need some new structures to engage those folks, and that's okay. Right, underground moms, I am looking at you. Above all, I wish for you to find special interpersonal connections that service and small groups can bring. May this be a blessing for all of you. And we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. I'm going to miss Miss Juliet. All right. So number 6. You cared and you helped and you showed up together. So that is the caring community. That's everybody who gave rides, delivered Mishlach Manot baskets, checking in on members through the membership team, any other person-to-person contact. Anyone else who helped with that? Yeah, membership team, yeah. All right. So, yeah. So I want to thank you for everything that you've done. I'm going to start with what you've done specifically for me. You've cooked for me. About a dozen of you drove me to temple and back when I broke my ankle last fall, right? And there are definitely some folks in the room here who did that. You said Misha Berach for me when I was sick. I forgot to put myself on the Misha Berach list, but you raised your hand and said, oh, Rabbi Glazer. I'm like, oh, yeah, right, me too. Okay, a few of you have even helped me with my dog. You kind souls, you know who you are. There was that one time when she got that stomach bug that I will not forget. So over time, I got to see that the way that you were with me, this is also what you do for anyone in this community. And it's true, right? Adrian, you were involved with the caring community, you know. You are one of the friendliest and nicest congregations I have served. I do not say that lightly. I do not say that to everyone I go to. So, and it's because of you, because of those of you who are standing and doing this work. Your love and your care and your attention to people, it holds this place together. I bless you that you should continue this way. Listen to each other and care for each other. Care for the cantor too, just as you did for me, and you'll all be just fine. May this be for a blessing, all of you. And we say, can you hear that song? All right. Last one, miscellaneous. Anyone who is daring enough to come up for a blessing. Who else we got? Anyone who hasn't come up yet, you can feel free to stand. All right. Good. You got a couple. All right. So thank you. Thank you for standing for this one and embracing the mystery of this moment. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for standing by this community now and for helping it build faith in its future, because it takes faith to stand up like this. TBA needs every single one of you. But my blessing is also that you be given what you need in this community, to know that this community is here for you. And the cantor will also be here very soon, just 1 month away, folks, to draw you in and support you as well. May this be a blessing for you and for all of this community. And we say, Ken Yehi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope if there's anybody who didn't stand that you felt yourself blessed by one of the 7. We're going to have a brief, very brief, musical interlude to take in the love and the appreciation in this room, and then we'll move on to the conclusion of our service. Thank you. Thank you, Temple Brit Achim. All right, so it is time now for holy announcements. We're going to call forward Harry Reichner, is coming back. He's going to tell us what's coming up.
Yes. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This week at Temple Brit Achim, on Saturday, May 31st, 10 a.m. Shabbat morning surprise service. Sunday, June 1st, 9:30 a.m., last day of religious school with picnic. 9:30 a.m. it says here. 9 a.m.
Rabbi Sharon should know.
Okay, 9 a.m. At 7 p.m. Shavuot evening study session in person and Zoom. Those in person will enjoy cheesecake. Monday, June 2nd is Shavuot. The TBA offices are closed. 10 o'clock a.m. is a Shavuot morning service with Yitzker in person and Zoom. Tuesday, June 3rd at 7 p.m. there's an ASL class. If you have any questions, call Lori. Wednesday, June 4th, Hayden Brown Eagle Scout fundraiser, 4 to 8 p.m. at Panera in Collegeville to raise funds for a project at TBA. So be there on June 4th. Thursday, June 5th, 12 p.m. Torah study led by Rabbi Sharon in our TBA library in person and Zoom. Save the following dates. Friday, June 6th, that's our first Friday at TBA. 5:30 p.m. Tat Shabbat, 6 o'clock p.m. a potluck dinner. Please bring a dish to share with others. 7 p.m. Shabbat evening service with June birthdays, Joni. Saturday, June 7th, Shabbat morning learners minyan. Understanding the sermon.
The Shema.
Okay. Friday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Shabbat evening service, Special service with the choir. Thursday, June 19th, is Juneteenth. The TBA offices are closed. And I see here, during religious school on Sunday, June 1st, Hayden Brown will be selling candy bars to raise money for his Eagle Scout project at TBA. So give the kids candy money. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have an announcement too? Yes.
Just one that is missed from there is that Sunday from 8:45 until noon is the gift shop's end of season super sale.
Yes.
So please come in and shop.
Yeah. And you can't get that talit and you can't get that yad, but you can get everything else. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am a devotee. I'm going to miss that. I am. I'm going to. All right, so friends, we are moving along with time, and so I want to kind of bring us to a close. There are a lot of thanks to give, but I'm gonna do that later. So I'm gonna call forward all of our kids to come forward for the ark, for the Aleinu on page 282 and 586. All of our kids who are here, come on up. Please rise for the Aleinu. Okay.
We must praise the God of all, the maker of heaven and earth, who has set us apart from the other families of the earth. Destiny unique among the nations. Therefore we bow down in
Easy, nice and easy. And then this one. Okay. High five. High five. All right. This one. One more? All right. Good job. All right, friends, it is time now for our mourner's Kaddish. You may be seated. We are observing the following archetypes in our community this week. William Singer, the father of Phil Singer. Aaron Schneiderman, the father of Barb Shriver. Dorothy Lentz, the mother of James Lentz. Bruno Elkan, the father of Diane Schatzman. Carol Michel, the mother of Ruth Levy. Mark Soling, the brother of Lori Walsh. Marvin Matus, the father of Vicky Matus. Julia Silovitz, the grandmother of Linda Tesler. And Irene Chaya Doniger, the sister of Matt Shapiro and Ira Shapiro. Robert Lampel, the uncle of Susan Levy. Gail Moyer, the wife of Mark Moyer. Are there any other anniversaries, yard sites? Anyone else have? So we'll invite everybody to please rise for the Mourner's Kaddish. It is found on page 294 or 598. 294 or 598. This has actually been working. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach v'yirtei v'yamlit malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvkayei dechol Beit Yisrael, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה בחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all of those who are in mourning and comfort to the bereaved, and let us say amen. Amen. Friends, you may be seated. We're going to have our closing song in a minute, but I just wanted to let you all know what's going to happen next. This is very exciting. So Jan Biros and I, our current president, is going to be, what's that? You have to sing first? Okay. All right, so then it won't be with Jan. I'm going to head back towards the doors over there, where I'm happy to say, wish you Shabbat Shalom and thank you for coming. So, just like we do on high holidays.
You can't do that either.
I can't do that either? Oh. All right. They did say it was a surprise, so all right. Okay. All right. So at some point, I will head over to the door, and you're welcome to shake hands, say hi, and then we will go into the social hall where we have a wonderful special onik that a lot of people have baked for, I understand. I'm very excited about that, including some sugar-free things, which I'm like extra excited for, and thank you for that. And then after that, we're going to have a wonderful concert with Noah Aronson, so that I have been looking forward to for literally years. Literally years, yeah. So it's going to be, can we do 15 minutes after we break here? Is that good? Yeah. So we'll be over there after this. 15 minutes after, we'll start concert. Yeah, very excited, very, very excited. Hope everybody stays, because this is a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Something a little new and different. Yeah. So Noah will share more about that with us shortly. I also want to thank my sister, Alex, who's here tonight. Yep, came all the way from the wilds of Fishtown in her new car. So get to see the new wheels. Excited for that. Glad you're with us. All right, so now I'm going to stand here and not go to the door for our closing song.
Rabbi Glazer has given us many blessings this evening. We go to the only fitting to finish tonight's service with a blessing for her, the priestly blessing, with Harry Sarinsky as our soloist.
Shalom.
was lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel like we said the priestly blessing to you for your confirmation too, right? And now you just gave it right back to me. It was beautiful. All right, so now Jan and I are going to head down the aisle, and I take a couple tissues with me. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye, Zoomers. Shabbat Shalom.